Microsoft Teams is one of the most powerful apps in Microsoft 365. It is where chats, meetings, and files come together. In this video, I will show you how a team works, who can create one, and what you need to know to get started right away. My name is Carlos, and I help small businesses around the world with their Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace subscription. For more information, visit itwithcarlos.com. Let's start with the basics. Microsoft Teams is a collaboration platform inside Microsoft 365. Think of it as a digital hub where your team can chat, meet, share files, and work together in real time. Instead of having emails, chats, and documents dispersed all over the place, Teams brings them all into one space. That's why it has become one of the most popular tools in businesses of all sizes. Now, not all teams are the same. There are a few types you should know about. Private teams. Only invited people can join. Perfect for sensitive projects. Public teams. Anyone in your organization can join. Great for company-wide initiatives. And organization-wide teams. Automatically include everyone in your company. Best for announcement and general discussions. Choosing the right teams is important, depending on how open or restrict you want it to be. Here is a common question. Who can actually create a Microsoft team? By default, any user in your organization can create a team, and they usually do this inside the Teams app. Could be desktop, mobile, or web version. It is just a few clicks. Join or create a team, and then create a team. Let's see how you can create a team within your Teams app. From your Microsoft account, you click on Apps, and then click on Teams. This will open the Teams app in your browser. By the way, this will work if you do this within your Microsoft Teams apps on your desktop. Then you click on Chats. You will see all the chats and teams. At the bottom, you click on See all your teams. On the upper right corner, you will find Create a team. Then you click on it. Here you will start with giving a name to your team. Add a description, and then you will select the type of team. You can choose private, public, or organization-wide. Once you add the information, you click on Create. After creating the team, you can customize it. For example, let's select our sales group team. We click on the three dots or More Options, and then we click on Manage Team. On the right, we will see Channels, Members, and under Settings, you can configure member permissions, guest permissions, and so on. Under Members, you can control who is the owner and who are the members. If you need to add members, you just click here, Add Member. Now, as an administrator, you also have the option to create teams directly in the Teams Admin Center. That's usually where IT sets up teams for departments or projects, where naming and policy matters. And of course, admins can also choose to restrict team creation, so only certain people can do it. To create a team within the Admin Center, on the left, you will click on Show All, and you scroll down to the Admin Center section. Then you will select Teams. It will give you access to the Teams Admin Center. Then here you will go to Teams, Manage Teams. On the right, you will see all your teams. To create a new team, you click on Add. On the right, you can add the information for your new team. You give it a name, the description. You select the person who is going to be the owner of the team, and you will select what type of teams you are going to create. Private or public. Once you have completed information, you click on Apply, and it will create your new team. Once you have created your team within the Admin Center, you can select it, and then you can control the settings of your team, and also the members. You can add new owners, you can add new members, and you can create channels within your team. When you are creating a Teams, whether from the Teams app or from the Admin Center, you will need a few key details. Team name. Clearly describe the purpose. Description. It is optional, but helpful. Privacy level. Private, public, or organization-wide. Owners and members. Decide who manages and who belongs. That's it. Fill those in, and you got yourself a new team. So, what actually happens when you create a team? Behind the scenes, Microsoft 365 creates a lot of resources for you automatically. You get a shared SharePoint site for files, a OneNote notebook for notes, a shared mailbox and calendar in Outlook, and of course the chat and channels inside Teams. All of these are linked together, so your team can start right away. Now let's expand in something that is really important: channels. When you create a team, it comes with a general channel by default. Think of this as the main lobby where everyone can see what's going on. But you can create additional channels to stay organized. For example, you may have channels for marketing, finance, project A, project B. You got the idea, right? Each channel has its own chat, file storage, and tabs for apps. There are also 3 types of channels. Standard channel, visible to everyone in the team. Private channels, restricted to only certain members. And shared channels, perfect for working with people outside your team or even outside your organization without giving them full access. Let's create a channel within one of our teams. In this case, I have accessed the Teams app on my desktop. I will select a team, the Sales Group team. I click on the 3 dots and then Add Channel. I will give it a name. I will call it New Leads. I will write the description, New Leads, Opportunities and Discussion. And I will select what type of channels I want to create. I'm going to select a standard channel, where everyone in the Sales Group team can participate. And I will select this option. Recommend that people show this channel in their channel lists. Then I click on Create. Now the New Leads channel has been created. I can see it below the General channel. And if I click on it, I will be inside the channel. Within the channel, I will have a tab for conversations, files, and notes. By the way, we will be able to add new tabs by clicking here. In a new tab, I can add, for example, new applications or apps that can be easily used within the channel by all its members. Once the team is created, members will see it automatically appears in their Teams app. From there, they can chat in the general channel, upload files, and even schedule meetings right away. And if you have already set up custom channels, your users can immediately organize conversation by topic instead of having a big messy chat. That's one of the biggest advantages of Teams. It helps structure communication. And that's the big picture of Microsoft Teams. What it is, the type of teams, who can create them, how to set up one, and what happens after. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace. And if you have any questions, drop them here down below in the comments. I love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. Remember, stay secure in the cloud and keep tech savvy.